welcome to this practice. This is going to be a short morning practice, although you could do this at any time during the day that you feel like you need it. And this is a practice that we're going to just really slowly and steadily warm our body up a little bit, just with some gentle stretching, and then a little bit of breath work to kind of invigorate the body. You can choose with this whether you join me for some Uddiyana Bandha, which can be a wonderful cleansing technique, but it's not always suitable for everybody at every time of your cycle if you're a woman, or just depending on your energy. And then we'll do sit for a period of meditation. So this is actually kind of like my morning practice. It's a really nice way to wake up, and I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to start lying on our backs. So you can bring yourself down onto your back. You could even just be doing this still in your bed. So know that you can just listen to this practice and be lying in bed and do it. And you can start by just hugging your knees in towards your chest. And notice how that feels, particularly if this is first thing in the morning for you, as you wrap your arms around your legs and maybe rock a little bit from side to side. And then take a nice breath in, feel your belly expand against your thighs. And as you exhale, draw your knees in a little closer towards you. And then keep the legs drawn in towards you as you breathe in again. And as you exhale, this time you can release your legs and just take your feet and let them drop flat to the floor. Let your knees knock in towards each other and just rest your hands for a moment on your belly. And close your eyes. Let your shoulders relax. Let the back of your head soften onto the floor. Feel the ground underneath your body and take a moment here to offer the deepest gratitude to this land that you practice on. I'm sharing these practices from the lands of the Tongarong and the Dudaroa as the first peoples, first custodians of this country. And I pay my respects to their elders past and present, and to those leaders emerging. And let your intention for this practice really just be about getting curious, waking your day up with curiosity. And take your feet to about hips distance and let your arms rest beside your body, and press into your feet and your hands. As you breathe in, start to peel your spine up off the ground. So lifting up into just a really gentle bridge, keeping the inner thighs drawing towards each other, and then rolling your spine back down again, and letting the lower back settle, the sacrum settle. And again, peeling the spine up, so pressing down through your hands and your feet, tilting the tailbone slightly as you lift up. Big breath in, and then as you exhale, you can roll your spine back down to the ground again. I'm going to do 2 or 3 more. Inhaling, slight tuck of the tailbone as you lift up. As you exhale, rolling the spine down, so if you can use your core to roll down, maybe the hands come and lift up and overhead for a bit of a shoulder and upper back stretch. And then as you lift your hips again, let your hands come down beside your body. We'll do 1 more. You can either keep the hands down, or as you roll down, lift your hands up and over your head. And then hands down beside your body. As you press back up, keep the hands down this time as you roll your spine back down to the earth. And then bring your knees in towards your chest and give them a big squeeze in towards you again. I'm going to take a little twist from here, so hands out to the side, shoulder height. You might take your palms face down, or you can roll the shoulders underneath you and have your palms up. Take a breath in there. Either with your feet on the floor or feet lifted, drop your knees towards your left side, and you might look over your right shoulder. And then bring your knees back to center. And drop the knees to the right, looking over your left shoulder. 1 more on each side, so 2 more total. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Inhaling to center. and exhaling to twist. And then inhale, bring your knees back to center. Take your legs straight up towards the sky and hold on behind your legs, draw them in towards you a little bit. And then keep your right leg drawing in towards you and let your left foot come down to the ground or extend it away from you. So you're drawing that right leg a little closer towards you. You might be able to reach for the foot or just hold on behind your leg. Knee as bent as it needs to be. This is potentially a first thing in the morning stretch, so you might be a little tight. One more full breath there. And then taking that leg out to the side, you can hold on to your foot or you can bend your knee and take the leg out to the side. And again, you might need to bend your left foot up and take the foot flat to the floor, but make sure your left hip stays nice and heavy. And then bring your leg all the way back up again and bend that right knee in towards your chest, squeeze it in. And then if the left foot isn't flat to the floor, take it there now. Cross your ankle onto your left thigh and then draw that left leg towards you, coming into an eye of the needle shape, figure 4 shape. You might shift your weight slightly from side to side here, making this a little bit more dynamic. And then you can release your foot to the floor and let your knees this time drop to the right side with the hands out to the sides, either with your right foot crossed onto your left thigh, or you can release the foot if that feels too strong. Breathing in and out here. And then drawing your knees back to center. Take your left leg and lift it up and draw it towards you. Right foot to the floor or extend that right leg away from you. Just holding on behind your left leg and stretching that leg out. And be curious about what you feel here as you start to take your left leg out to the side, either with the bent knee or a straight leg if you can. Keep your right hip on the ground. And keep breathing in and out. In through your nose, out through your nose as much as you can. Bring your leg back to center. And then crossing your left ankle onto your right thigh, so right knee, right foot flat to the floor, and then maybe drawing that right knee towards you. Just be really mindful of your left knee here. You might flex your left foot to protect that knee. And you can hold on behind your right thigh or your right shin, perhaps rocking a little bit from side to side to explore, stretch through your glutes. And then releasing and taking your legs over towards your left side. So the left foot might be crossed on the right thigh or just resting next to your right knee. And bring your legs back to center, uncrossing your legs, just bring your knees in towards your chest again, big squeeze. Little circles with your knees around in one direction and back the other way. And then let's come all the way up to sit. So you might like to sit onto a block if you need to. Sitting your spine up nice and tall. And you can here just give your shoulders a little roll a few times. So rolling your shoulders around in one direction and then rolling around in the other direction. Maybe giving your head a little roll from side to side if that feels good. And from here, it's going to take a little bit of a breath practice. So This isn't an instructional video for Uddiyana Bandha, so if you are new to this practice and you want to go into this in more depth, please check out our pranayama series, and there's an Uddiyana Bandha video in there giving you full instructions. This is a kriya, or a cleansing practice. It's really not suitable for you if you are pregnant, so please do not practice this if there's any chance you might be pregnant. It's also potentially going to be contraindicated if you've got high or low blood pressure or anything, any like recent abdominal surgeries or injuries. And you may also wish to skip this in your full part of your menstrual cycle when you're in your full bleed. It may not be comfortable for you, but that's really for you to listen to the wisdom of your body. If you don't want to practice Uddiyana Bandha today, whether that's because you're new to it or you're just not feeling it today, I invite you to do some full yogic breaths. So breathing into your belly, then your mid-chest, and then your upper chest, and then breathing out the same way, letting the breath go from the chest and then the belly drawing in. And you can do as many rounds as you like while we're doing this Uddiyana Bandha. So Uddiyana Bandha can be done seated. If you're still learning the practice, you can stand up for it, and that can make it a little bit easier. So I'll demo a couple of rounds standing up, and then I'll sit down. So just as a reminder, we're going to be taking a nice full breath in, and then as we breathe out, we're really forcing all of the air out, either sitting or standing forward fold. And then hands bracing onto the knees as you lift your chest, draw your Mula Bandha up and engage through Uddiyana Bandha. So the lower belly lifts in and up. So the diaphragm's drawing up into the rib cage. We're holding the breath for as long as we can without gasping to breathe back in, and then releasing the bandhas, belly softens, stand up, breathing all the way in. So we'll repeat that 3 to 5 times. Really great way just to start to get energy flowing through the body. So together with me if you like, or in your own time. Inhale. Exhale. All the air out. Hands to thighs as you brace. Engage Mula Bandha, engage Uddiyana Bandha. Chest lifts, nice flat, straight spine. Holding the breath for as long as you can. Before releasing the belly, the Mula Bandha, standing up, breathing all the way in again. Take a breath out. Inhale again for the second round. I'll just follow along with me or find your own rhythm. I'm going to do 2 more. So you can take a breath between rounds, or you can just move straight into the next one. Making sure you get that lift through your pelvic floor, that drawing in of the lower belly. And then after you've finished your next round, come and sit up nice and tall and find an ujjayi breath. So that constriction at your throat. This integrating breath. Finding a smooth rhythm of your inhale. And a smooth rhythm to your exhale. And we're going to do one more breath practice here. This is safe for everyone to do. I'm going to do a box breath. So samavriti, with the equal parts of the breath. On the inhale, hold, the kumbhaka, the exhale, and the hold at the bottom. And so we're going to do this with the count of 4 for each part of the breath, and I'll guide you for 3 or 4 rounds, and then you can do a few rounds on your own before we sit for some meditation. So inhale, exhale with a sigh. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. And just continue along with that pattern on your own if you want to extend to 5 or 6 for each of those parts. Do that if it feels okay for you. If you find this is causing stress to your body in any way, just find your own rhythm with your breath. And if you lose count, starting again in your next round, breathing in, holding, breathing out, and holding for the same count. And after you finish this next round, just letting that practice go and bringing yourself into a position where you can sit here for around 10 minutes for some meditation. I'm going to guide you just through a simple awareness of breath meditation. You might like to sit up against a wall with your back against a wall, or you could move to a chair if you prefer. A way that you can find a sense of dignity and ease. You could lie down, just be careful not to fall asleep. You want to be alert yet relaxed. And if you don't have your eyes closed, you might like to close them now, or at least soften your gaze, looking down from to the floor, or making sure that you're not looking around. And take a sigh with your breath so that you can really let go of that controlled pranayama practice that we did. And the real difference between pranayama and meditation being that in the pranayama, we are consciously controlling the breath, expanding the breath, holding the breath, creating this container for our breath to fit within. Helps to focus your mind, to balance your nervous system. Just notice how you feel after that practice, or those practices. Both the energizing, cleansing Uddiyana Bandha, and the balancing and calming of the box breath. And now, as we find this period of mindfulness, we're letting the breath lead rather than our own mind. Now, our role in this practice is to stay with the breath without controlling it as much as you can. And a few things can happen here. You can find that your breath still feels controlled because you're aware of it. And sometimes a sigh can help, or a conscious unraveling of tension in your shoulders and your jaw and your belly, just to help your body soften in to receive the breath. And of course, another thing that can happen is that as our breath perhaps is a little less interesting, now we're not controlling it in some way, the mind wanders away from the breath. Perhaps distracting sounds around you, distracting sensation in your body. Of course, the distractions of a thinking mind. So just for these minutes together, see if you can commit here to really anchoring your attention onto the rhythm of your breath. Notice where the breath enters and leaves your body. And its quality, its length, its depth. And perhaps you really feel your breath in one place most strongly. It's a physical sensation. See if you can anchor your attention right there. It might be tingling in the throat, or the rush of air at your nostrils, your upper lip. Perhaps the rise and fall of your belly or your chest. And letting this practice here be a way of giving your mind a rest from the doing, to simply be here. And you might find after a minute, or not even a minute, your mind has wandered. Just gently acknowledge what it is that pulled your attention away. And beautiful practice can be to imagine yourself bowing to that. I see you, thoughts. I see you, distractions. I see you in motion. And then kindly and gently pick your awareness back up and place it back onto the next rhythmical breath. Let that be at the center of your attention, anchoring you right here in the present. Noticing where your mind is now, where your attention is. Can you, without judgment, without beating yourself up in any way, if it had wandered from your breath, just gently bring it back. And just another minute here. Letting this be the most important place for your attention to be. So once again, letting the sound of the bell really gather your awareness back in. And you might like to make a gesture of that too, bringing your hands in together towards each other, Anjali Mudra, letting your thumbs rest at the center of your chest. And this might be a wonderful time to set yourself an intention for your day ahead, or to reflect with gratitude. And perhaps offering up this practice in some way to someone that might need that positivity today. And if you'd like to, we're going to close off this practice together with an Om, sound Om. Really vibrating every cell of your body with this seed syllable, sound of creation. And take a nice long breath in. Bringing your thumbs to the space between your eyebrows, that connection with your ability to see your deepest wisdom. Thumbs to your heart, that center of kindness and compassion. And then bowing forwards to honor your connection with the earth. And thank you so much for joining me in this short practice. I really do hope that maybe you might do this every day if you can, or as often as you can, first thing in the morning. Just a short practice, great one to fit into your schedule. Just maybe set your alarm for a little earlier and get up, and you can even, as I said, do this in bed or just slide onto the floor next to your bed if you have space, and do this practice, and hopefully it sets you up for a great day ahead. If you have any questions about any of this, particularly the breath practices and the meditation, please get in touch and can answer those for you if you're having any trouble with them, or if you have any questions at all. So have a great day.